Need it. Thanks, Justin. Hey, it's time for Financial Focus. Our analyst, Steve Budin, joins us for the first time for this new year. So happy New Year, Steve.
Happy New Year. I'm the last of the Mohicans, I guess.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well, you had a nice little skiing trip, right?
I did. It was fun.
Okay, good.
Cold.
Yeah, very cold. All right, let's talk jobs report. Apparently things are good, right?
Yeah. Last Friday, the government announced over 300,000 jobs were created in the country. Nevada followed suit. The official numbers aren't out yet, but it was a strong month for Nevada as well. So not only did 300,000 folks find jobs, but another 400,000 re-entered the workforce. So you might have seen that the unemployment rate went up a little bit. And I've said before, the unemployment rate does count people who are actively looking. So even though we had more jobs created, we had more people looking as well. So the unemployment rate ticked up a little bit. But I've always said the jobs report are always good in this situation where more folks are working. It's less unemployment benefits that have to be paid out, and those folks that are working pay taxes. So it helps the government's coffers as well. But it was a great report. All industries were pretty strong. Now, I do caution to say that unemployment reports usually are what's called a lagging indicator, meaning that the last thing business owners will do is hire people. Once they see things are doing well, then they'll hire folks. So hopefully this can continue. But, you know, we're beginning to see some data points showing that things are slowing down just a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Okay. Let's talk stock market. What a bumpy 2018, end of 2018.
Oh, it was, yeah.
And then I was just looking behind us here. Okay, the Dow's up 153 points, but there were days it was down 600 points. So we're starting off, I guess, on a good foot.
It's
here
starting
for
off
2019.
okay, not great, but I will say when folks get their 401k reports, you may be a little shocked. It was the first time in almost 10 years that the stock market was actually down. Most of the major indexes, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, all had negative years. But I've said this before, you know, just because it's down 1 year doesn't mean the world is ending. You always have to, you know, keep track of your own investments, make sure that it's comfortable with what kind of risk you're willing to take. But down years happen, so doesn't mean you need to panic, but just keep an eye on things.
All right, we'll keep our guys responsible, right?
Yes.
To our financial guys.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's something that we want to talk about. This is checking your paycheck, because during certain times of the year, things can change. You always want to make sure that you're looking at your tax bracket, right? And that it fits your lifestyle. And can you change it at any time of the year?
You can. You'd have to contact your Human Resources Department, but the IRS has a website, irs.gov, that has a withholding calculator. And almost 80% of American workers over-withhold, which is why there are so many refunds. And you see what's going on now. The refunds are actually, you know, in question until they can solve the shutdown issue. But with the tax law changes starting in 2018, one of the things they did was they indexed the income tax brackets to inflation. So just because you had a certain withholding last year, the IRS is now bumping up the income levels for the income tax rates that are now in effect. So it's just a good time. Once you get your tax, your paycheck stub, go on the website, make sure that your withholding is accurate. You want to get it to as close as zero as possible so you're not owing too much and you're not getting back too much, because if you withhold too much, you're giving the government money for 15 months that could be in your pocket.
Yeah, always good to go back and take a look at those things. All right, thanks, Steve. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week. Stay with us. We're back after this.